Hey friends, and welcome back to another Atlantica video. Yes, today the park is officially submitted and done. So what you're seeing me do here is stuff from like a few weeks back that you guys will then now get like faster. So you will have a lot of Atlantica videos coming your way. But today you see that this is actually something I recorded and didn't really stream this because if I would have streamed this, the stream would have been very long. But I had an idea here that I would like to do with the exit path, as you see. So the exit path is kind of like integrating with the lighthouse, which gives this bridge pathway that goes over the river rapids. And I felt like we need some more interaction with this. I really like how it's goes across, and then we have this like nice open window with the stained glass and stuff, and I think that's really cool. I really didn't think or like had this plan more or less when I started, because I just felt like I wanted to try at least just make it look nice. And then I had this idea of, why don't you try make it like some sort of little arch going over the river rapids, and then afterwards kind of like just try detail it and feel like, where do I need this the most? So today you're seeing me building this kind of like exit path here, and then we are doing a little bit of crystal building, like we're doing like this sort of super nice statue element for the gemstones we have. And then I am also doing a little bit of stuff around the river rapids, and then afterwards we're pretty much done with the river rapids. I will try see if I can put out a little POV for you guys for the river rapids if you want that. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see how that looks, but if not, then I will probably just wait till it comes out on a big showcase cinematics. If you are interested in getting your hands on Atlantica before everyone else, you can do so by becoming a Patreon as well, which will give you a 1 week early access, so you can check out the park before everyone else, including a lot other perks. But anyways, so as you guys can see here, I'm using a little bit of custom roofs here. It's the Theme Maker Toolkit piece that is really good for this. I love the color it gives. And then I'm trying to figure out a way to make it look a little bit more nice and simple here. So I'm using this sort of Queen Dynasty awning, which I have used so many places in this park. It's actually quite wild. I'm actually quite surprised. Some of these pieces I've used in here. I haven't used them in a lot of builds before, so it's quite fun to see where this piece limit rule has taken me to use other pieces around Planet Coaster. And I'm actually super happy for the end result of this whole River Rapids ride. I did not expect it. Honestly, when I first built the whole layout, the whole ride itself, and I looked at it and I was like, I hate this so much. Like the whole double layer river rapids, it's the worst thing for me personally. I hate it. Like it, especially because with the supports and stuff, right? Unless, as I say, you terrain it so it kind of like becomes hidden. But I wanted that. I wanted to make it hidden. I wanted to make it part of all the parts around it, but still also unique. So I've been trying to do that, and I feel like the end result of it is pretty damn good. Like I'm satisfied with how everything kind of turned out, and also here with the lighthouse, which we will also detail a bit on this side. I do end up detailing the inside of the queue as well, but that is something I do off camera, and I will have cinematics for you guys here so you can kind of see that this area is completely done. And this will be the last part of Atlantica, at least for the river rapids, that we will be working on this area, because otherwise we will move on, go on to a flat ride, the dock ride, and then you will have a little bit of things at the end of me polishing and adding the last things here and there. But I am super happy, honestly, guys. I think this is probably one of my most detailed river rapids rides I've done, and I'm actually I'm actually super stoked on how this ended up looking with the whole stained glass windows, and from the inside too, when you come from the queue and you go all the way around here and up towards the stairway and over this river rapids, and you get into the normal plaza again. I'm really digging that, and what I've done too is that I've added a few atmosphere, a few sounds around here, so when you walk around the river rapids you get this sort of like adventurous sort of music sort of vibe, which also fits the whole Journey to Atlantica title. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of this, and as you can see, I'm really getting to use different pieces here that I'm not usually use so much, which makes this build and park even cooler. So yeah, I'm very stoked. I'm very stoked about that. So as you can see here, we're almost done with this guy here, and then we are gonna move towards over to the whole river rapids itself and try to like detail the queue area and all that stuff, etc. So as you can see here, this is from stream, and this is like a little small section I had where I was like, this is kind of nice because this would be really cool to see how it all looked when it was open. And as I just talked about, like having this double layered river rapids was such a no-go for me, but we figured out how to do it in a more proper way. With that said, that adding rocks, kind of like burying it, but doing it with pieces and not terrain, because we really don't have enough space to work with the terrain here, so we have to do what it is. So what I'm doing here is that I'm making this little stained glass custom window here, so when you go from the exit of the queue, you will be able to look inside to the river rapids that are in here. And I thought that was kind of a cool detail to have, so when you exit, you can kind of like still look into the ride and see the people riding it. The station itself is also something I did off camera, off stream, guys. So you will just get some cinematics by that too. But I'm kind of like trying to have it like feeling this sort of like mysterious sort of vibe inside of the station. Little bit like Fata Morgana from Afterlink, but only the queue on how like it walks around the entire side, and then you kind of like see the ride in the middle. I was kind of trying to do something like that, but with the space and stuff we had, it turned out as it turned out, and I'm not hating it. I actually think it was it's pretty decent. It's pretty nice to see like that. So afterwards we are going, as I say, we're just literally detailing the shit out of this river rapids. I'm trying to don't leave any open spots, and actually trying to see if all this would look nice when we get to it. As you can see, it slowly does. It's slowly getting there. I think this is, like, as I say, one of the coolest river rapids things I've ever done, and I'm actually super happy for it. So, and also, guys, if you like the video, remember to give it a like and leave a comment down below as well. And this was the last section of the river rapids. You can see this little water area here before you enter the station. I was in a little bit of a piece count issue there, right? So I had to improvise, and so I just put in that big canopy gazebo kind of thing, and then I added a few rocks, and then that's kind of settling it. It's kind of making it fine like that. So I'm not really worried about that, and I'm also so happy that I actually finished a park. I could probably have done a lot more. I could. But at the same time, if we keep on saying that, we will never finish things. We just have to say, you know what? It is what it is. I find it. I feel like it's finished, and if you feel like it's finished, then go for it. You know. So, but we are kind of like covering up like the terrain where we need to, or not the terrain, the supports from the river rapids. I'm just trying to hide away, so it becomes this more of immersive ride experience for the river rapids. You know, like I'm trying to not have any floaters, trying to keep like everything that clips to each other. I'm just trying to feel like this ride is supposed to be heavily themed, and they didn't miss a spot here, right? I also made a funny description of the whole park, so you guys will maybe get a little bit of a laugh when you get to read it. But the dog ride is also pretty much done. The coaster, as I said, the coaster is not having so much theming. We do build the coaster station, which is also a video that will come very soon. And I'm gonna try see if I can keep Atlantica with maybe 2 episodes a week up till next month, because it's a very short series, as you guys know. But I still have a few extra. I have something dog ride stuff for you guys, which is really cool. You guys are gonna love that, and also aquariums and all kind of fancy stuff. Yes. So we are on the side here of the river rapids, as you can see too, and I'm really trying to cover up the things here and trying to get some more interaction with it in. And I'm really guessing that here, if I wanted to do something, I had to like cover up the entire section with rocks, etc. And after I kind of do that, the ideas are slowly starting to pop in, and I can slowly start to see, okay, this river rapids now is actually looking kind of dope, because we get to like close it in and cover up all the things and don't have it looking so open with like double layers and like supports going through the water and the walls. And so I find like it was very nice to just do it like this and build it like this, and then I add a little dome on top, so we get some more like architecture and a little bit interesting vibes going on with this river rapids. I'm actually also happy that I took the river rapids instead of the Cascade coaster, because I think with the Cascade coaster, I don't know, for me, I think it would have been, I would not have been able to make such a nice immersive ride if it was been the Cascade. The river rapids gives a little bit more of a nice chill vibe, and I think with that said, you can get more immersed with it, also because you're building and you can actually get to see the pieces, the stuff you've made, because it doesn't go fast. It doesn't take you like through it like so freaking fast in a sense. So I'm really happy for that. I also added a little bit of an extra wheel in here. It's like the Ferris wheel, which is a ride that I added by myself, and then everything else is kind of like based upon the rule sets. But we're slowly getting towards here where the river rapids is almost completely done with theming, and I try to do like a little water section here where it comes down and kind of like mixes the 2 layers of river rapids here together, right? And I think that's very important to get like this sort of mix and interaction with all the things together, so it all feels like it's just one whole experience, where if you have 2, you can kind of see, and it kind of takes away the whole vibe of it, right? So I'm kind of happy for the extra here, and I'm really using a lot of different ThemeMaker Toolkit rocks. So I'm sorry for you guys if you have to sit and wait a little bit. I've heard it's about 35 minutes to open up the park with downloads of ThemeMaker Toolkit and the park uploads. So have some patience. I will not make a ThemeMaker Toolkit collection, so you guys can kind of like figuring out what you will do there. But anyways, as you can see, making the little water flow here, like a little waterfall, and it kind of looks nice because it interacts very well with the gate here, and I thought it kind of gives it a nice vibe, right? So yeah, that's what we're doing, and then we're slowly like just afterwards, kind of adding the last parts here and there before we go over and make a little gemstone kind of holder, which is gonna be partially pretty much all the way around the park. It's gonna be like these gemstones that are placed upon like this holder. They're working around the park where they provide lights, and like it's kind of like a small lightstone gem they took from the lighthouse and kind of like added them around the park, and that's kind of like how you get this super cool vibe. So we are slowly getting there now, guys, and I am so happy that we are here, because this is a vibe, and I really love how this river rapids is turned out and actually ended up looking, because it's been a while since I did some river rapids. Honestly, it's just been a while since I actually managed to finish stuff, and I'm super happy, and I'm kind of proud of myself that I managed to build this park within 2.5 months. Well, I guess it's 3, because there were a little bit of extension, more or less. So, but But yeah, it's really nice. And it's nice that I actually can provide you guys with something you can check out yourself on the workshop. But you guys will hear more about that in the videos and all that stuff. Keep them out in the descriptions as well. I don't think if I'm gonna make any blueprints of the park. Maybe I'll do. I don't know. If you guys have any buildings that I've built so far that you might want to have as a blueprint and in your own parks, let me know, guys, and I will make sure that they will end on the workshop, so you guys can use them freely for whatever you want. Yes. We are slowly moving towards the end. We are covering up the last part here of the river rapids, and we are literally just doing the same on the opposite side of the river rapids as well. I just felt like, why don't we just cover up this entire thing so it becomes more darker and it actually just looks way more nicer and I guess clean, even though it doesn't, but you know what I mean with that. It's like, just looks like finished. So that's kind of like what I'm doing here, right? And it actually looks super cool having it like integrating like this, and then it comes out of the tunnel here and it goes into this whole like lighthouse section, which we also are gonna work on. But that will obviously also be something off camera. I'm adding a lot of waterfalls all the way around, and then a little like temple sort of building at the back of the ride. So there's a lot of interaction, there's a lot of theming on this river rapids, as I told you guys about. It's like there's something new to see everywhere, and I try to like just to keep it like that, because as I say, there's not a lot of triggers, there's not like a lot of everything else. It's mainly just the rocks, the stalactites, and like just some water elements to get that whole Atlantica vibe in here. So, and I'm tried also to make sure that there's no clipping and all that stuff, and I'm pretty sure that it runs pretty smooth. So, but yeah, we are adding some fencing up here. We kind of like, we don't want them to like just jump out of the river rapids and hurt themselves, right? And we don't want people also from the ground not to crawl up. As I say, it's not all of like realism aspects and stuff that this park is focused on, but I am trying to make it plausible. You know, we don't have floaters, but at least we might have something a little bit unusual, but we don't have floaters at least. We're trying to keep it as a realistic standpoint somewhere, and maybe somewhere we don't, but who cares at the end, as long as it just looks good, right? So fencing up, and then we're slowly going over to where I say we're making this little gemstone statue kind of vibe, which is also something I recorded and did off stream. So we're slowly at the end here now, friends. I will have a little bit of a long cinematics for you guys here at the end, where there will be a little bit longer, so you guys can kind of see the whole vibe of this journey of Atlantica, right? That is 100% done now. And then if you guys want a POV of it, like a little ride video, let me know down below and I will record one and upload it. Otherwise, I'll just give you guys some cinematics, and then eventually when we are at the end, I will give you guys a big showcase of Atlantica, which I'm also showing off on stream on Saturday. If you guys want to come and hang out and watch the park with me, you are more than welcome to. All links and what you need to know are in the description below. And also, just FYI, we also just started a duo contest, so if that has anything interest for you, then there's even one more reason to join our Discord. So we are at the end here, and I'm just trying to add some wavy kind of walls. I don't know if you guys can kind of see this. I was just trying to add something different, something that is just, you don't see normally, right? And I feel like, you know what, why not just work with it? Because I kind of want to have this park as a cartoony kind of vibe, you know, like some parts has to look like this, and so I feel like having these sort of wavy walls next to it and next to the lighthouse, and I felt like it kind of worked, right? Yeah. So so yeah, as you can see, this area is it's looking good. It's looking good, guys. But I have some cinematics for you guys, and let me know what you think of this build. And I can't wait to hear what you guys say to the next video, which is gonna be freaking awesome. So that's gonna be something you haven't seen, me making a ride skin and etc. So guys, have a great day, a great week. I'll see you around, and remember to like the video, and have a good day. Bye bye.